Hey guys, it's Mac Fox, better known as Brittany, and I want to talk about Asher Brown. Asher attended my school, and on Thursday, my birthday, after school, he committed suicide. Asher was a very smart kid, and if it took this much for someone to finally say, whoa, wait, what happened it shouldn't have happened, then it's sad. It's honestly sad that it takes this much just to make somebody realize their mistakes. And Asher's parents have called the school and complained about their son being bullied, and they didn't do anything. We have a sign in our commons now that says bullying's not cool, so don't, and it has done absolutely nothing to help at all. And people in our school, the people who did it, are scared to fess up. And it doesn't help no matter how hard we try, the student body, try to forget and move on. The reality of this is so horrible that we're forced to think about it. Asher was in my language arts class last year, and he was so quiet and smart, but kids picked on him. And I was right. I wasn't picked on, but I sat there and I watched everything happen, but I did nothing. And if somebody, I'm sure now that after it's happened, if somebody could step in and stop this, they would. But that's just it. No one will. No one will admit to the bullying, and no one will confess, and nobody will tell anybody about anything. Yes, Asher's friends did come forward and tell what they knew. One of my friends, I'm not going to say his name, but the last thing he heard from Asher was when he was over at his house. His stepdad said, "It's about time to get new sneakers." Asher looked at his shoes and said, "Next week." And knowing, Asher knew there wouldn't be a next week. His progress report is still on the table in the living room. And what his parents are going through right now must be really horrible. Because even for me to think, no, I wasn't the best of friends with Asher, I will admit that. And if so many of us can look back on this now and feel as horrible as we do about what happened, I'm sure we would step in and say, look, it's not okay for you to judge him or treat him this way. He was bullied because he didn't wear the best clothes. And he was bullied because he was gay. It's not okay to just do that. And then what makes this 10 times worse is that he was bullied for his religious beliefs also. Not just his size, his sexual orientation, or his clothes. They brought religion into this at a very, very religious school, and kids just stood there. Nobody did anything to stop it, and the people who did this won't say anything. And if I ever said anything bad about Asher, that I don't remember, I would be eaten alive by guilt. And, I mean, I didn't know him personally. I wasn't that close to him. But just seeing and living through the school days. This is only the first 6 weeks of school, and our school is practically crumbled. Our school is not the same as it was with Asher there. With him gone, basically, everybody on Friday was mainly the day that everybody found out. I found out in tech, my 6th period class, and I was walking down the hall with one of my friends, Rebecca, who was in choir with him, and she asked me, "Do you know what happened to Asher?" And I said, "No." She's like, "It's a secret. I can't tell you." And I was like, "Please tell me." And she denied to tell me. So I kept on walking, and I got down the hall, and I turned to one of my friends, and I was like, "What happened to Asher?" And flat out he said, "Asher committed suicide." And I just stood there. I resisted crying because I don't like to cry, honestly. And I'm pretty sure that seeing most of the people that were crying were at least knew him. But there were people still after Asher's death laughing about this. One kid in choir was talking to his friends, and one of my friends, Mandy Stearns01, she also has a YouTube account on here. He had been talking quietly to his friends, and Mandy heard him say, "It's about time he killed himself." It's not right, first of all, to say this, much less laugh about somebody's suicide, because suicide is not to be taken lightly. Somebody taking their own life cannot be just a laughing matter. It's more than that. It's serious when somebody takes their own life just because people that walk in and out of that building have no clue what's going on. And if it took Asher's suicide to prove a point that this all needs to stop, it's a horrible way to do it. And his memorial service is on Saturday, and I'm not sure how many people will be there, but I intend on going. And if this offended anyone, which I doubt it will, I'm sorry, but I really had to get my point across, because something like this can't be taken that lightly.